Hey Toy-Addicts, this is Jody, and it is time for what sold in December 2023. This was Q4, quarter four. If you aren't that familiar with reselling and selling in general, the fourth quarter of the year is most people's best quarter because so many people are shopping for Christmas and stuff. Didn't really work out that way for me this year, although a lot of times fourth quarter isn't the best. Usually, with the exception of the last few years because they've been so screwy, my best month is usually January. So we'll see how that goes. High hopes for that one. So we are going to go over all the fun things that sold this month in December. I had sales going on. I was trying to clearance things out. So you'll see some low prices, which is okay with me because some of this stuff was on its way to Goodwill. So I still made a profit on it, and that's good. Usually I am a set it and forget it kind of person. But some of this stuff I've had for a really long time. So I was ready to let some of it go, let me tell you. But, you know, the funny thing is, things you're like, okay, I'm going to pack some stuff up to Goodwill tomorrow, and then it sells. I don't know. Everything does sell eventually. It's just how long you're willing to wait, I guess. Just in case you're interested in anything you see, any of the types of things you see on my eBay store, you can check it out. There's a link in the description below, and if you go to that link and you go to eBay and buy anything from anyone, not just from me, but anything from anyone, I get a little bit of a kickback from that, which helps support my channel, which is awesome. I really appreciate it. So if you have something to buy from eBay, click on that link. It'll take you to my store, but then you can always search, find something else, and I still get a little bit of a kickback. It doesn't cost you anything, just helps me out a little. All right, so let's start out here on December 31st, and we're going to work our way backwards. This is a pin. It's a little shopping bag, and it says Nordstrom on it, and it has little gifts inside the bag. This is by a company called Flying Colors, and they make these little porcelain pins, and they usually sell for pretty well. I got $15 for this one, and had I had one that was in good condition, I probably would have asked about $30 for it. It had 2 breaks in it and was glued, and it had chips. And of course I mentioned all that in the listing and took some close pictures, but I still ended up getting $15 for it, and I paid $1 for that. This next thing here has a terrible picture. I was planning to redo the pictures on this, and then I put it away on accident, and then I was like, forget it, I'll just put it up and see what happens. And it sold. This is a Santa reindeer Christmas train die cut. It's a vintage Henry Fayette card. So this was a designer in the 50s, and it's just super cute, but it's like a garland banner. It's really long, so it's like, how do you take a picture of that will show up good on eBay? And anyway, I took a terrible picture, but it still worked out. It sold for $15. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten more had the picture been better, though. So that is something to consider when you're doing pictures. The pictures don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a professional photographer, but you really kind of want to get the essence of what it is in the frame, and this picture didn't really do that. I've got a video coming out here pretty soon, probably in the next week, where I got a haul from a sort of collector show. It's called the Northwest Largest Garage Sale, and some people are selling kind of garage sale stuff, but mostly it's kind of a collector's show and sale. And at the end of the sale, and I've had this in previous years, but this year was pretty good. At the end of the sale, people were just getting rid of stuff. They didn't want to take it home. And so a gal said, everything in the booth is free. So I just started throwing stuff in my bag. So, and you'll see several of those things in this video that sold from those free items. And this little Dobby ornament was one of them. He sold for $9.95, and my cost for that was free. This next item is from an estate clean out I did a couple years ago, a Child's Garden of Verses record. I sold that for $8. Sometimes when I get things in big lots, it's maybe stuff that I wouldn't necessarily buy to sell. Like a record like this, I probably definitely would not buy to sell it. But I had it, so why not list it? I did, and it sold for $8. It was sitting there for probably 2 years though. This item here is Tammy's Ideal House. This is kind of like the first Barbie dream house. It's kind of like a fold out cardboard house. And this listing was actually for the chimney and the barbecue pizza oven fireplace kind of piece that went with it for $25 for those 2 pieces. I bought a lot of the pieces, probably 6 or 8 of the pieces, at a garage sale for $2, and then have sold them for $40 and $30 and $25 kind of each. So it was a pretty good buy. Sometimes the replacement parts, and I didn't have the whole thing, so I'm not going to say, if you have the whole thing, take it all apart and sell all the pieces. But people will buy replacement parts because, there's got messed up or they never had the piece or whatever. So replacement parts can be a really good thing to sell. This next item here is a Hallmark Linus Christmas mug. I got $35 for this, and I paid $2 for it, I believe, or $1.25. It was $1.25 at a garage sale. I'm not super focused on how much I paid for things, because when you find these things, you're not going to pay the same amount. So what's most important is how much it sells for, right? So sometimes if I don't say, I usually don't pay very much for things, $1 or less. If I really paid up for something, I'll let you know. But anything in this video that's Dollhouse or stickers, ephemera, I got from a sale about 1.5 years ago, where it was fill a bag, and I filled large bags full of stuff, so I have pennies into it. So that's what these 2 Dollhouse items here, or paper doll items here, are. I took offers on these for $8 each, and then they also went along with this 3 Bears book and these mini books. So that was all to one buyer. And I took $1 off, I think, on either of these ones, and sent the whole lot together. These are some 18-inch doll clothes hangers. Again, I picked these up at that Northwest garage sale, and I think maybe I paid $1 for them or something. I usually don't pay very much for these, but doll clothes hangers always seem to sell for me no matter what size they are, if I can get them in lots. So these sold for $10. And then these here are, this is a pencil that's rainbow, like the lead was actually 4 colors, and then 3 erasers. These are all from the 80s. And I picked this up also at that sale for $1, and it sold within 1 minute of me listing it for $10. So I might have underpriced that a little bit, but that's okay. This next item is a little teeny tiny purse. It's sold for $7, and I had bought a little baggie that had like 15 of these purses in it, and I believe this was the very last one that I had. And this one, it's pink with little gold accents, and it goes with like 10-inch size dolls like Miss Revlon and Tony and those kind of dolls. And it could fit Barbie too, but it's more made for those 10-inch dolls. This is a card, again, from that ephemera sale. It has like the little sticky stickers. I don't know if they even still have those, but like in the 80s and 90s, you could buy those and stick these little stickers on your ear. They only stayed on your ear for like 20 minutes or something, but they were fun. Made us little 6-year-olds feel glamorous. And then here is a scrapbook. This was a Mead Super Shades scrapbook. This sold for, I believe it was $18. I got this at that ephemera sale too, and it was still sealed in its plastic wrap, so I thought, well, someone will want it. little Holly Hobby book sold for $5. And the person who bought this also bought some Holly Hobby drawing paper and some Holly Hobby magazine, just 2 pages from a magazine. This is all from that Ephemera sale. And I kind of count on, with some of this stuff, people buying multiple things. And a lot of times they do. A lot of times they'll buy 2, 3, 4, up to, I've sold 10, 12, 15 things to one person because they're the same type of item. And I also get a lot of repeat buyers for that Ephemera that I'm still working. Even though the sale was like a year and a half ago, I'm still working on listing it. I still have a whole big tub full of it. This is a Williams Sonoma Winterberry Room Fragrance Kit Spray that I took an offer of $40 on. I went back and forth with the person several times. They wanted to pay $20 for it. I said no. So we went back and forth several times. They finally agreed with $40, and then they never paid. Don't you just love that? And this is the Cat Switch Tex Whiskerton Hallmark. It's just a tiny little figure, and he came in this super cute box, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. I bought it for $25, like 8 years ago or more. It could even have been more. So this is one of those things, like I said, I was ready to be like, okay, all right, Tex, you're cute and everything, but nobody's buying you. And guess what? Somebody bought him, although they only paid $5, but whatever. I got rid of him. 25 cents to $5. There you go. This is an Avon lip gloss, Crazy with Color from the 90s. I know everyone says don't buy Avon, and for the most part, I would agree with that. Although I routinely will buy the makeup and even the perfume, not the bottles that are shaped like race cars and stuff, but just the regular perfume and the regular makeup that's vintage. People collect it like anything else. People collect Avon. And this item I sold for $11. I bought it for $25. So it's not a huge deal, but I'll routinely sell Avon perfumes, lotions from $10 up to $30, $40. So I pick it up. So if you don't want to pick it up, that's fine. Don't. I'll come behind you and find it for cheap. This is Ideal Tammy's red tights. Those sold for $8. I bought those in a Tammy lot. I made a video of that little lot that I found, and I decided to basically break everything up since I didn't have a lot of complete outfits. The complete outfits I had, I sold together, but I didn't have much. So I broke everything up and sold it separately, and definitely did pretty well on that lot. I think I'm up to about $800 profit on that $65 lot that I bought. So I'm glad that I separated it out. This next item is an Eddie Bauer 3-track cribbage masterboard game in a case. It also has a set of Eddie Bauer playing cards in it. And this was missing one of the little mover pieces for the cribbage board. I bought this probably 2 years ago at Goodwill, and it was just sitting off to the side, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Every once in a while I'd look at it and go, ooh, I gotta list that. Finally did, and sold in 2 days for $33. And then this is another one of the sticker sheets from that Ephemera sale that sold for $14.88. Sandy Lion sticker sheets. They are about 4x6, and they're called Maxi Activity Sheets because most of them have some sort of activity where you put the stickers onto a scene, or like this one, you dress it up like a paper doll. And some of those can sell for really good money. The most expensive one I think I've sold so far was $175. So that's pretty good for a sticker sheet. These are little skipper shoes. Since they're black, it's kind of hard to see, but they're just little kind of like ballet flat style shoes. I've probably sold 100 pairs of these shoes or more. Just find them in little toy lots and stuff all the time. And I usually sell them for $8 to $10. This is a makeup item. Balaaika. I don't know how to say it. But it's a sachet by Lucien Lelong. It's something from the 1940s, and I bought about a year and a half ago. I went to a sale where they had tons of vintage makeup, and I sold so many lipsticks and so many nail polishes, and I got a bunch of other stuff. I went into the bathroom where they had just tons and tons of vintage makeup items, and there were several other people in there with me. So basically, I was just picking up everything I could pick up and throw in my bag, throw it in the 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 bag. I didn't look anything up. I really couldn't either because the Wi-Fi or the phone connection in the house was terrible. So I just kind of went with my gut on it. And for most of the things, I had things selling for $50, $60, $80, $100. So I was really happy with most of them. This one only sold for $9, but that's okay. I paid probably 50 cents for it. So, and it, took a year and a half, but most of all that stuff sold and sold fast. And I learned a lot about vintage health and beauty items, let me tell you. This next item is a Betty Crocker coupon catalog. This is fun. I have another channel besides my Toy-Addict channel here. I have a channel called Advertising Addict, and so I'll scan in little catalogs and stuff like this because I just love this stuff and make little videos on those catalogs. And so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link down below for Advertising Addict, my other channel. And so I'll pick these up. I know they're going to not sell for very much, but it's also good channel content, and it's just stuff I like, so it's more of a hobby than the eBay selling is more of a job, right? Not that it's not fun, because it is fun. I love going to estate sales and buying all this fun stuff. It is a lot of fun. This next item is, I think, probably my highest priced item this month. This is Batman and the Joker. These are Mego Superheroes 50th anniversary. These were Big Lots exclusives. I happened to go to Big Lots to do some Christmas shopping, and they had their toys, buy one, get one half price. These were $20 each, so I paid $30 for the set, and I sold them in just a couple of days for $100. And I've gotten positive feedback on that too, so that was a really nice sale. Some more just kind of random ephemera that I had. German women's songbook from the Wine of Cardui. I don't know. It's a medical quackery kind of thing. The book talks about this wine and how it cures all your ailments and stuff like that. That's the turn of the century. They had all kinds of drinks that would cure all your ailments, and this is one of them. This only sold for $8.50, but I thought it was interesting. These are some strawberry shortcake shoes from Blueberry Muffin, and they sold for $9. This is a Billy Bass. These are fun. He sings about Take Me to the River. These, they're kind of hit and miss with whether they work or not. They don't always work, and this one did not work correctly, but I paid $1, and he did work somewhat. He sang his song, his mouth moved, his tail moved, but the front mechanism that moved his mouth and his the front of his head out, it didn't really work right. So this took a while to sell, and it only sold for $21.50. But if you have ones that are working, they can go for about $30. This book over here is called The 39 Clues. I think there's 13 of these books, and they're actually a really good read. If you have a young adult, or maybe like 4th grade and above is probably about where they are, kids that like historical fiction and mystery, this was really good. I actually read these myself because I like reading those types of books. They're a lot more fun than a lot of adult book, and it has clue cards in it too. So if you find these, you want to make sure the clue cards are in there, because otherwise they're not worth much. And of course, $7 isn't great, but if you find a whole set of them, they could do really well. Okay, over here we have a Studebaker Lark brochure from the Cars, the Hawk and the Lark. This sold for $20, and I paid $3 for that at an ephemera sale. This is a vintage 30s composition doll. I called it bent limb, and bent limb doesn't mean it's damaged. It means that instead of having the arms just straight, they're, curved. The knees are curved and the elbows are curved instead of being straight. That's all. And I also put the word compo in there, which is short for composition, but not everybody knows that, so I included it in there. Now, this little guy wasn't anybody special. It wasn't like a brand name or anything. So he only sold for $15, but I got him in that estate clean out lot also. So anything from that estate clean out, I say I've got about $1 into the items. It's probably more like 50 cents, but this next little set here is Fisher-Price Fun with Food 4-in-1 super set. It's a dish rack with a bunch of dishes in it in pinks and aquas. It was a pretty fun set. This sold for $29.75. And again, you can see a lot of these things are on the 15% off sale. I put 15% off on everything that was in my store 6 months or longer that was over $10. So quite a bit of stuff sold that way. This guy here, you may know, he is Steve Austin, the $6 million man. This is a 12-inch action figure made by Kenner in, I believe, 1976, 5, 4, something like that. He's got the bionic grip, and he's got, these had skin on their arms, that rolled up to reveal his bionic electronics. And, well, there's the shoes. Now, these shoes, if you find these shoes, they're really cheap looking tennis shoes. I sell these routinely. I've sold, 15 pair of these for $20 to $25. They show up a lot of times in Barbie stuff. I've found them in all kinds of places. I don't find the dolls that often, but the shoes I find, and I sell them for $20 to $25. And these dolls, the outfits were really, really poorly made. So they're kind of always in this kind of condition, falling apart and stuff. But someone paid $85 for this. So the condition of the clothes, it doesn't really, of course, if it's nicer, if it's better condition, it's going to sell for more, but it doesn't affect it that much. Here's his arm skin that I was talking about, and it's very fragile, but it does roll up to reveal his electronics in his arm, or it did once, but you don't really want to do that now because it would probably fall apart. But most of them, this arm skin disintegrates and disappears, so that really adds the value to him. And that's a blurry picture. There we go. I just didn't delete that blurry picture. But you can see it is disintegrating and falling apart, but it's still there. So, oh, I did roll it up a little bit so you can see. Anyway, $6 million man. Sold for $85. I bought him for $25 at a doll show last spring, and he came with a helmet. And I sold the helmet for $25 right away. It was from a different set that's harder to find. It's from a $6 million man set, but like a different outfit that you could buy with him. We've got some vintage Littlest Pet Shops, just a little collection that I had found at a garage sale. And those sold for $13.50. And this little Lego gal sold for $5. This was a fun little game. It's a vintage 1955 game called Shopping at the Supermarket. Pretty basic, right? It was missing a couple of pieces, but it was really cute. Sold for $50. And then these two Smokey the Bear bookmarks. They are bookmarks. They sold for $8.50. A Barbie outfit sold for $12. A Detroit Lions mini football helmet sold for $7. This little Barbie outfit here, I think you guys have probably seen several of these with me sell. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. Every once in a while they'll have outfits and stuff at the Dollar Tree. And so I bought, 6, 8 of them, whatever they had, and then sold them for $8 each. I did leave a few behind. I didn't take all of them. They did have quite a few, but this is a Mounds candy bar display box. I got this from that sale where I got the health and beauty stuff, the makeup stuff, and they had a lot of advertising there too. And this, actually, I think I had stuff in it, so I don't think I paid anything for it. Anyway, I sold it for $10. Harry Potter sticker sheet for $5. This is a Paddington Bear little dinner set, a plate, a bowl, and a mug. It's like melamine plastic, and that sold for $22. Mon-Chi-Chi paper dolls sold for $15, and Florida Cypress Gardens postcard, booklet, and lot. Postcards and booklet lot sold for $8. Another candy box sold for $13.75. That sold on the same day within an hour of the other one, but didn't sell to the same person. I thought for sure. I was like, oh, these will nest together. I was almost putting them in the box together. And then I was like, wait, let me double check and make sure if they sold to the same person. And they did not. So that would have been good for the person who got both boxes and a big mistake for me. Seawee's Sandy doll, she sold for $15. And these are little Fisher-Price Dollhouse decorator cards that came with the 1978 Fisher-Price Dollhouse. I scanned these and I put them on my website, www.toy-addict.com. So if you want to go over there and you can print these out like on cardstock and use them for your own dollhouse. They're little pictures and mirrors and clocks and stuff. They're meant to be cut out and then taped onto the wall of your dollhouse. And then we have Jenny's Pony by Vogue. This is from 1984. I paid $5 for this pony, and even though the box was pretty beat up, it was still sealed in all the plastic and stuff inside the box, and this sold for $20. And the same person bought these Jenny doll shoes also for $20. These little stickers, they're bumper stickers from a local radio station, K103. Found.
Breaking in.
Yeah.
Did you ever find your chimney?
No.
Oh, you're doing a video.
I'm doing a video.
Somebody broke in while you were doing a video?
Someone broke in while I was doing a video. So these are just little bumper stickers from a local radio station that I had in a drawer, and they sold for $4.50. This little set here is Fisher-Price My Friend dolls. It's just like a book of patterns that you could get, and I bought these at that Northwest garage sale for $1, and those sold for $15. And a sticker sheet that sold for $7. If you'll notice, a lot of these sticker sheets are paper doll themed. The gal whose estate sale it was, she really liked paper dolls. This is a candy container that sold for $9, vintage. And Dr. Scholl's insoles. These are definitely one of my bad buys. Some things don't sell for a lot. I still don't consider them a bad buy, but I actually bought a bunch of these for some reason at an estate sale, and like 3 years ago, and I think I've sold 2 of them, and I have a bunch left. So if you need some Dr. Scholl's women's size 9 or men's size 10 to 11 Thermocushion Space Age Tech insoles from 1977, come check out my eBay store. Here's a Dress a Snowman sticker sheet that sold for $6.50, and another candy container. This guy is a crocodile. He sold for $13.50. Another sticker sheet, and another sticker sheet, and another sticker sheet. I believe all 3 of these sold to the same person, and I gave him like $1 off on each and combined the shipping. Over here, I love selling doll shoes. A lot of times people leave these behind because they don't know what they are. But now with Google Lens, it's a lot easier to figure out. But these are Migo black shoes for their 12-inch dolls. So these specifically came with a Cher outfit, but they fit like Farrah Fawcett dolls and Wonder Woman dolls, and they had a few others. And so these tiny little shoes. Sold for $18. And I bought a bunch of shoes from an estate sale, bunch of doll shoes, mostly Barbie, but obviously some other ones. So I say I have about 25 cents into them because I got bags of them. And so 25 cents into $18. I like that. Wings of Glory. This is one of those things. I picked it up at a sale when I was throwing everything in my bag, and I meant to take it out, but I didn't. So I bought 3 packs of these foil etched decorative prints. And this is a second one that sold. These are probably from 3 or 4 years ago. Sold for $12. They're kind of a metallic, so they're really, really hard to take pictures of. So the pictures are terrible. This is a Harley Davidson's owner's patch. It's another one of those things. I got it in a lot. Okay, I have it. I'll just list it. Sold for $4. And Starbucks Christmas Patchwork Reindeer from 2008. Sold for $6. Strawberry Shortcake Flavor Swirl doll. I paid $1 for her at an estate sale, and she sold for $11. This is a teeny tiny little Mighty Max figure, and he sold for $7. And then more of that paper doll Ephemera. Same person bought this postcard set, and both of these. I believe it took like $1 off of each set. And over here we have a Fisher-Price Loving Family Dream Dollhouse Toddler. I have sold so many of these. I probably sold 40 of these. They usually sell between $9 and $12 depending on their condition. And they're all pretty much the same, but maybe their hair color is different. They have redheads with green eyes. They have brunettes. They have little Asian girls with black hair. And they all, they're about the same. And they all seem to sell for, like I said, $9 to $12. So I pick those up when I find them. A lot of the Fisher-Price Dollhouse stuff is not as in demand as it used to be, but I still pick up some of the pieces. This is a pair of vintage high-cut panties. I think that I got these for free at that sale, at the Northwest Garage sale. I looked at this the other night and I was trying to remember where I got these, but I mean, a package of panties a brand new package of panties for $15. They sell for that. So I decided to list them, and there you go. This book is called How to Succeed in Singing. I bought this at an estate sale. I bought a bunch of fun books for $1 each, and this was one of them. Sold for $15. A postcard, but I think I paid $4 for $1 for like a huge stack of postcards, and this is one of them. Sold for $13.50. Snow White and Cinderella little figurines. They sold for $10. Typically I have a little like PVC figurines and stuff. I'll put like cake topper on them or birthday or something like that, depending on what I have space for. I didn't put it on these though because they were kind of resin and really heavy, so I feel like they wouldn't work that well on a cake. But sometimes people will still put them on a cake. This is a Strawberry Shortcake rag doll that I picked up for I sold her for $10. I believe I paid $3 for her. I have a hard time leaving the Strawberry Shortcake thing behind, And this is a little Funko Villainous Valentine mystery ball thing. I bought 3 of them at a GameStop. They were on clearance. And this was a duplicate because I liked them. I thought they were cute. So I kept the 2 that were not duplicates. This is a little Kelly outfit, just the dress and the shoes. Paid $2, sold for $14. Some random stickers that were at the bottom of my bag. At this Ephemera sale that I went to, there were so many like stickers and things, and I was just getting as many as I could out of the bottom of boxes and stuff and off the floor because stuff was going everywhere. I've never been to a sale like this before where there were literally probably 1 million things at this sale. Some of them were just like stickers, individual stickers like this, but there was so much paper and so much stuff. If I had days and days and days, I couldn't look through everything at this sale. And my friend Noelle, Farm Girl Scavenger, she also went to the sale, and she got tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff at the sale too. And she stayed for the last day of the sale. They were just giving everything away free. And there were people that came and filled up moving vans with the stuff that was still there at the sale. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff. And I got so much good stuff. I can't even imagine. This next one was a red bandana, just a vintage red bandana. People list these on eBay all the time for like $2 and $3. I don't understand why. I sell bandanas for $9 to $15. There's nothing special about this bandana. It's just a red bandana. And it sold for $12. I usually pick them up for $1 or less, and I put them up there for $12 to $15, and I'll, sometimes take an offer of down as far as $9, but yeah, sold for $12. This is a restaurant menu. I love to sell menus. This sold for $25. And this is a Disneyland postcard book that I got for free, and it sold for $13. Some plastic dollhouse furniture sold for $10. A Taz plush sold for $15. Hallmark sticker sheet sold for $5. This Russ baby doll troll sold for $10. This was one from that estate clean out. Not something I would typically pick up, but he sold for $10. Strawberry Shortcake magnetic game. This was actually part of my personal collection, but I got rid of a lot of the newer, like 2000 and newer Strawberry Shortcake stuff from my collection to make room for some of the more vintage stuff. And so this sold for $13.50. And I'm sure I probably got it as a gift. This cute little monkey, I bought him. I thought, oh, someone is going to love this guy. I've had him forever, though, a couple of years. He had real fur, not monkey fur, I'm sure. Actually kind of felt like rabbit, maybe. He's from the 50s, and he was just so cute, I thought. But $15 after a couple of years. This is the Invicta Electronic Mastermind game from 1977. It did power on and work. That sold for $15. This is an LOL doll desk. I bought a whole lot one time and lotted it up, and I left this out, and so it was in the box, and so I just went ahead and listed it, and it's just been sitting on there forever. Recently, I bought a lot of stuff from a lady on Facebook Marketplace, and I paid $10 for this Play School Dollhouse family, and it sold right away for $45. Hello Kitty ring sold for $10. These are Playboy Bunny Club cocktail drink swizzle sticks, and they sold for $11. 3 Barbie helmets. Sold for $8. And sometimes you get Barbie stuff and it's like, do I lot everything together? How should I do this? And so I just decided, Barbie helmets. Okay, $8. Sure. They sold quick. This is a Saucony mobile tavern candle. So this would be like you would get this at the gas station. Like if you got to fill up, you could buy this for 99 cents or you get it for free. I don't know which, but 50s probably, maybe 60s. And usually when I find ones with that branding on it, they usually sell pretty well. This one was in pretty poor condition. I paid $1 for it. It was kind of melty because it was probably in a hot attic. Still sold for $20 though. This is a postcard with Candy Bar, who is performing at the El Rancho in Las Vegas in the 50s, and that sold for $9. I got a stack of El Rancho postcards, and this was one of them. I had maybe 6 or 8 of her, and I believe this was the last one. This is a pewter bunny rabbit figurine set. Super cute. I lost it. Could not find. Ooh, My light is going wacky. Could not find these guys anywhere, so I had to cancel that one. It happens. This is a Disney Store Heart Full of Song Sleeping Beauty mug. This sold for $15. I bought it for $1.25 at a sale. And this is a Hallmark Santa's Workshop two-sided ornament. It's like a little diorama ornament, so it's like a little window. So on the other side, it's like he's in the toy shop. Yes? I'm making a video. Again, that sale where I bought a bunch of fun books. I paid $1 for this one and The Little Women, and it sold for $20. And we have a Decorate a Tree book. This is a Sesame Street like punch out book where it makes little Sesame Street ornaments. This is from 1979, so this is like my era of Sesame Street. This book is so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. I had a hard time parting with it, although I saw that it sold for $25. So I was like, okay, I'm going to scan the pages and print out some ornaments for myself, which I did. What I also did is I put on my website, again, www.toy-addict.com, which is linked also in the description down below. I put the scans of this on my website so you can go on there and print them off. So if you want some of these Sesame Street ornaments for your tree next year, because they're so cute, you can print them off and make them yourself. Another Avon item is you can see this is perfume. It doesn't have a weird shaped bottle or anything. It's just Avon perfume, sold for $10. This is a cute shell soap dish. I bought a whole stack of these, and I think I've sold 3 or 4 of them, but they sell for $12 each. This is a Halloween greeting card. It's super cool. It's like got this really cute kids on the front that are going up the hill to this haunted house, sort of Scooby-Doo style, you know. And it's got a bunch of stickers in it, and it's got this party inside. And let me show you. It's just so cute. So we've got like super 80s vampires and monsters. It's just like super fun and super 80s. And it's got a poem inside. And there's a sticker sheet. There we go. There's a good picture of the stickers. It's just the coolest. I had this listed probably, and here's the front. There's a big haunted castle with bats and, kids dressed up in their Halloween costumes and stuff going up the hill to this creepy house for trick-or-treating. It's super fun. But I initially had this listed as high as like $50 because I like it so much. But it ended up selling for $25, which is still pretty good for a greeting card. And this is a roll of film. I bought a few of these from that sale where I bought the health and beauty stuff. And this one only sold for $10. The others I think I got $15 for, but they were, the film itself was still like sealed up and this one wasn't. So not that I think that someone's going to be able to use this film. From Germany. Yeah, it was interesting. Strawberry shortcake ribbon was $9, sold for $9. And these 2 train erasers sold for $10. That was another one of those things from that estate buyout, which this is something I would not typically buy to sell, train erasers. But I had them, so I was like, I'll list them for $10. And they sat for a good 2 years, but they finally sold. And again, from that Facebook Marketplace sale, I bought these Playmobil space sets. They're from 1980, so I thought these could be pretty good. I believe I paid $20 for each of the sets, and they sold pretty quickly for $55, $55, and $55. And then the very first day of December, I sold this Santa Claus planter. It's kind of hard to see in this picture. I had a hard time taking a picture of him where you could see how cute he was in the front and also see that he was a planter. But he sold for $20. And then I have these little book plates. They're like the little sheets stickers you put in the front of your book that says like this book belongs to. And there's a brand of them, Antioch. They come in little boxes, and they always seem to sell for me pretty well, from between $10 to $20, $25, depending on the subject matter, if the box is full, if the box is sealed. So this box was not full or sealed. I paid $1 for it though, and sold for $10. And then this one, this is in November, so you probably learned about this one last month. But it is a package of 6 pine-scented luxury Ralph Lauren soaps. And I bought this from an auction for $6 and sold it for $28. And that's it, you guys. That's a long video to tell you that November was kind of weak. How did you guys do for November? Did you make a lot of sales? Did you sell a lot of good things? Not November. December. Yeah, I'm having a hard time coming to terms with the fact that it's 2024. Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, it was kind of a tough month. December. January is already starting to pick up, so hopefully we can do better in January. Things will be better, right? Cross fingers. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment down below, like the video, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.